media are telling us the threat that animal experimenters face has gone away now because they've locked up, I don't know how many people they've got in prison at the minute, 20 of our friends. There's been a big clampdown lately on lawful protests. And these people aren't terrorists, they're not violent thugs, they're not extremists, you know it yourself, they were here last year, a lot of them, and they'll be here when they get out of prison. These people are heroes, and these people we should respect and admire, and not hide from. Now, this is a problem for the authorities, this kind of energy, this kind of amazing people who are still pursuing this struggle. We're never going to go away, no matter how many people they lock up, no matter how much violence they use against us. Although I have to qualify that actually, I think the police today have been very, very respectful, they kept a very good distance. They haven't got cameras in everybody's faces as they normally have. And I'm not going to carry on, I'm not going to overdo it, but, you know, they're behaving themselves today, and good luck to you. Now, yeah, well, we'll get to that. Now, we've achieved an amazing amount in the last few years since we raised this issue about vivisection and all the other animal rights issues, and it's gone global now. It's not just in this country, people are looking up all over the world at this issue, and that's because of what we've done in this country. It's been an amazing struggle so far, and really, for the most part, as animal rights activists, as people who are compassionate and care about all animals, about all life on this planet, we've achieved an amazing amount. But we don't have to be doing this alone. This is not just our struggle. Everybody in our society is affected by what these monsters are doing to animals. They just don't know it. These people, all of our society, are our allies. They just don't know it. They're being fed a different story by the media, that we're monsters, we're dangerous, and they've got to keep away from us. But if we can get the message out to these people, we're not going to have to continue this struggle alone. They will join our ranks when they understand. Anybody who's been in hospital, who's been poisoned by these drugs, the mortuaries are full of them. The nursing homes are full of them. All these people have got relatives, they've got friends, and they know they're getting the picture from a different angle. We're getting it because we don't like the animal abuse, and we see the bigger picture. But the rest of society are also victims of this monstrous evil that is vivisection. And we need to work that bit harder to bring these people onto our side. You know, we can win this battle alone, but we don't need to. We can make it so much easier if we open up and we show the rest of the world exactly what's going on, and that this is affecting them, and it's going to affect them. It's going to affect them all the more. I heard on the radio this morning, and I tend not to listen to it anymore for good reason. Forget Radio 4. You know, they're all the same. The Guardian. It doesn't matter what you're reading, what you're listening to. It's all part of the same problem. And as long as we subscribe to this media version of events, we're not going to fully understand what's going on in this world. And that is part of the problem for most people, because they do. They get some of it. I heard someone say to me, oh, the other day, well, I said I don't read newspapers anymore. I don't really listen to the radio if I can help it. Well, what about Radio 4? Radio 4 is part of the same problem. They're selling us the same shit all day long. And we have to realise this. The media is our enemy. And now, I'm going to go a little bit off subject here because it's very, very important that we start to understand what's going on. And I do have constant debates with people about this, about whether it's important to bring in other issues. There is a big picture. We've got no idea what's going on this planet and who's controlling human affairs and what their agenda is, particularly if we read the mainstream media and we listen to what these people are telling us. There's a very big picture out there that indicates to me quite clearly that everything that's happening on this planet is being deliberately orchestrated to happen as it is. It's not happening by accident. It's not happening because we voted for stupid politicians. It's happening deliberately. Politicians are a front for this, and all the time we give these people our vote, we're subscribing to this system. We're subscribing to our own demise. We're encouraging more vaccinations, which they've got a list. They listed 10 this morning on that radio station I listened to. 10 new vaccinations they want to introduce to make people better. You reckon? No chance. No, they're trying to kill people. This is what they want. They want people to be ill. This isn't rocket science. This is how it is. Now, unfortunately, from where we're sat, I know I have it all the day long when I try and give people videos about vivisection or about animal cruelty. Can't look at that, don't want to know, shut down, you know how it is. Now, so it's very difficult unless these people have been introduced, they've been into a hospital, they've been ill, they've been fed some of these poisons that have made them ill. It's hard for them to understand if they're only getting one version of events from the media, the true corruption involved in this industry. And as you can't show most of these people videos, it's very difficult sometimes to get through to them. But there is a bigger problem, and there is an easier way to get into people's minds, to open up their consciousness, to make them understand what is actually going on and how we are being manipulated by the media. Now, the media is a lying machine. No matter how fluffy we have our protests, they're not going to tell our story, because that's not what it's about. They're funded by the pharmaceutical monsters, and they will do whatever they have to do to sell the pharmaceutical line. So if we go on thinking we dress in suits, and we toe the party line, and we offer some compromises, that they're going to be doing what we want, we're letting the animals down, we're letting ourselves down. The media is a lying machine, and I'll tell you how you can prove this quite clearly. So many people in an hour, if they're prepared to just spend that hour looking. Now, this is going to freak a few people out, but it's very, very important, and I know a lot of you are starting to get this now, and this word is out about what's happening in this world and who's controlling these things. 9/11, okay, if I say to you 9/11 was an inside job, you're going to go, well, he's got a bit weird.
No, we're not.
Here we're talking about lizards now, so you're not. Alright, now I know people are starting to get this, but it does make a lot of people nervous to think that they've been duped. We don't all want to admit that we've been lied to. It's very difficult sometimes, but it's very important that we do. You don't have to admit you've been lied to, you just have to open your mind for an hour and have a look at some of the evidence that suggests quite clearly that everything, and I mean everything that we were told about 9/11 and all the consequences of it, including hindering our protests, the whole story of 9/11 is a lie. It's a fabrication, okay? Now I'll go one step further, and I did debate with myself whether to bring this up, because I know how sensitive people are to this kind of information. I'm not an idiot, okay? I've spent a lot of years researching 9/11, and I'll tell you, 100% there were no planes. Now you think I'm a little bit weirder, but there were no planes on 9/11, alright? Now you don't have to believe what I'm saying, but I do encourage you, please do a little bit of research and figure it out for yourselves. The whole story is a sham.